Well, we have a very interesting story we'd like to tell you about now concerning the possible way that a Grand National car should look according to the drivers.
You know, it's the time of the season when everybody is guessing what the 1986 models will look like. What happens, though, is Detroit comes down to the Southland and polls the drivers and the car owners and asks them what sort of modifications they can introduce on their street models to give the racers a competitive edge in the future. We thought, though, it might be interesting to pose a question to the drivers. If there were no rules, if it was open competition, run what you brung in the stock car circuit, what type of car would they design?
I'd put a big wing right on the center of the race car, just like a super modified, and that would really hold it on the ground.
I'd take Mario Andretti's Lola and put a Thunderbird body on it, and I'd be ready to go.
Well, the wing would go on the rear for stabilization as far as going straight, and also something like the 70 Superbird. That was a super situation. It was stuck up by itself and got clean air, and that's what you'd have to do with something like that.
You know, I'd probably throw a wing on the back and be able to adjust it maybe from the driver's compartments.
Well, I would make all the rules stay just like they are, and I'd have that turbo and that 4-foot wing and all the spoilers on my race car, and that's the only thing I'd change.
Make it kind of look like a modified, put a big wing on top with a lot of spoilers. I'd make that thing look really sharp. Plus, it'd be a lot easier for me to drive if it was like that.
Based upon those drivers' comments, we commissioned Sam Bass, a graphic illustrator from Richmond, Virginia, whose works are on display at the Autosport Gallery, to draw us a rendering of what the ultimate 1986 stock car would look like. Here's what he came up with. As you can see, it's a far cry from what competes on the Grand National Trail today. It's got a big, tall wing on the top of the roof. It's got some spoiler, a lot more than they're used to. Of course, turbocharging and also fender fairing. But doesn't it look an awful lot like a Thunderbird?
Holy mackerel. Well, I guess that's what I said, huh? A wing on a roof and a fancy nose. Looks like a T-Bird. That's different. They'll never let us run it. It's got the wrong number on it.
What number should it be?
9.
That's it. Wait a minute. The wrong color. Needs more yellow into it.
I like the wing on top. Now that's what we need right there. That's a nice looking car. Why can't we race something like that? I've seen that car somewhere.
Oh Lord, that's like going to school without teachers.
That looked like something a driver would dream up. They don't know nothing about race cars. Why should they be trying to tell people how to build a race car?
That, of course, is Junior Johnson. Just before him was Dick Beatty of NASCAR. What are we going to call this thing, Newber? How about the ESPN Bird or something like that?
That's not a race car. That's a weapon.